might want to get on that live bet.
Pay gets the fine, dog. You're supposed to be in charge, and you get the fine. What the hell?
I didn't know it started already. My bad. I was talking off camera. So, fellas, we are hour 2 of our dilly-dalliance away from the teacher, away from the taskmaster known as Tate, Tyrant Tate, known around some of these parts, right? So, in doing some things a little bit different, I'm going to start talking about a conversation that I love to have on this National Pancake Day. Did you all enjoy National Pancake Day?
Today was National Pancake Day?
Today was National Pancake Day.
No, yesterday was Cherry Pie Day, too.
Was it really?
Yeah. We made cherry pies for everybody that works in the warehouse.
Man, I missed both of them. I didn't even know, bro. I didn't even know.
G.
What? I didn't know it was Pancake Day.
You should know that. You live in Lima, Ohio. You should know it's February.
Oh, I know it for the QBs. I know that, but I didn't know it was Pancake Day.
Now you know.
I didn't know that.
G, I don't think you've ever missed a National Pancake Day.
Bro, I haven't been to Pancake Day in almost 10 years.
No. So you're telling me? I think you just accidentally fell in the Cracker Barrel yesterday. Maybe not. I don't know.
No, I didn't.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, mark it on your calendar next year so you don't miss it.
Yeah.
But going back to what I was setting up, one of the conversations I love to have, my favorite in all of our sports conversations, is about the money. I love talking about sports money. And let's start right there. You guys are baseball fans, and if you like me, you grew up watching ESPN, that you are used to watching Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, right?
Yeah.
And there was a major news this week as far as a memo to the owners from the commissioner's office. He said that ESPN has informed him that they are buying out of their last few years of their deal with MLB. So how do you feel about that?
Me personally, listen, ESPN is done. In my opinion, ESPN is done. They're a dinosaur when it comes to sports and being able to distribute sports. The only reason why they're still even relevant, in my opinion, is because the NBA is trying to let them hold on a little bit, and they just signed this lucrative contract with who they perceive as the big brother in sports, in the SEC as far as college football. But ESPN is done. I think that Major League Baseball looked ESPN in the face and said, you're not bringing us the revenue that we expect. You're not giving us the coverage that we expect. You damn for sure ain't putting the best teams on. You got some games. If you watch baseball MLB on ESPN, sometimes the games are trash. So, I think that there's an issue with it. And in my opinion, ESPN's a dinosaur. That's just thinking right off the bat without even diving into any depth, Pay. That's just my thoughts, bro.
So in the memo, Manfred sent around to the owners that, I'm sure he knew it was going to get leaked. And the Athletic picked it up. The memo read something like this: we do not think it's beneficial for us to accept a smaller deal to remain on a shrinking platform. In order to best position Major League Baseball to optimize our rights going into our next deal cycle, we believe it's not prudent to devalue our rights with an existing partner, but rather to have our marquee regular season games, home run derby, and wild card playoff round on a new broadcast and/or streaming platform. And to that end, we have been in conversations with several interested parties around these rights over the past several months and expect to have at least 2 potential options for consideration over the next few weeks. What I read in that statement to his business partners is that they knew this was coming. They knew all, and they've been planting the seeds for a while. And I don't think this is what caught anybody by surprise, at least to us fans. Again, we grew up watching ESPN. We grew up watching baseball. We know that they do not do baseball well on ESPN, right?
Yeah.
If it ain't Sunday Night Baseball, they don't talk about it. If you watch Sports Center, they're not going to be in the A block for certain. They're not going to be in the B block, maybe not either, unless the Yankees are doing something or Ohtani. Other than that, you're not going to see them. But B-Dirt, ESPN's mission statement is to serve fans. In making this decision, are they staying true to that statement?
Well, I would say no. And the reason why I would say no is because they stuck with MLB as they had down year after down year after down year. MLB now is starting to gain some headway. They've made some changes to the game where the game is now shorter in length. Things have, seem to be a better pace, more exciting. They're trying new things. And there seems to be more interest in the game now. And now they're going away from it because they're not willing to pay more money for it. And both of these things, they gave themselves an out. Either side of this had an out on this contract. The most key thing to me, I put the three fingers up. Or streaming services.
Oh.
Three most important words that you said there the whole time. Or streaming services. There's zero chance that Major League Baseball hasn't had these conversations already. It came down to brass tacks. How confident are you if you walk away from this deal and you don't negotiate with ESPN that you can make $550 million or more for the same rights?
Oh.
And they felt pretty confident about it and said, we're not going to negotiate. And that's where, to me, the part that I don't like, Jessica Mendoza, I think she's been great addition to the team on Sunday Night Baseball. But, Tim Kirkshin, Carl Ravitch, those guys, I grew up with those dudes. Buster Olney, whatever. Yeah. So those are like, where do those guys land and how does that work out? Because I want to be able to see them move pieces around. It doesn't have to be the same group all the time. I'm not one of those, get off my lawn kind of things. But I do want to see a familiar face here and there going in and doing some specialty stuff at least.
I like what you said at the beginning of your piece there, B-Dirt. MLB, well, ESPN and MLB were tied at each other at their lowest. You talked about when MLB was at their low. How about when ESPN was at their lowest? The beginning of the pandemic. Who else? Who bailed them out? Baseball. Baseball held them down until Michael Jordan could come to save us all from boredom and being stuck in the house.
Yeah.
Baseball did that, and right now it's a little short-sighted in my opinion. It's especially from this way, the remaining part of that, the rest of this contract was $550 million, as you stated, right? I do believe Fox, because Fox came out with a statement the very next day talking about they can't wait to, further their dealings with the MLB. So I can imagine Fox is going to pony up some money for more packages coming from the Major League Baseball, especially if you remember another story a few weeks back about Netflix wanting to get into some more football, gain another higher football package. And some may think it might either be Fox's package or it might be CBS's. So, pay attention to that story as it matriculates as well. But coming back to ESPN and Major League Baseball, we all think that ESPN's best, flagship shows is First Take and whatever else, but it's still Sports Center. Facts. And Sports Center needs highlights. Possibly, it's still possible. There's nothing else going on during the summer. You're going to have to play baseball. So they're going to end up paying Major League Baseball some millions of dollars to have rights to show highlights. Maybe probably a few hundred, right? So you think you got off paying $550 but you're probably gonna still have to pay maybe $100 just to broadcast highlights and
broadcast interviews.
Exactly, stuff like that. All of it, right? None of that's cheap. That's why we don't show highlights, because we ain't got hundreds of millions of dollars to pay for it. But another thing, and I did say it's short-sighted because I do think ESPN's mission statement is to be the worldwide leader. You cannot be the worldwide leader if you don't have Major League Baseball. It's just that simple. However, ESPN did say they're not going to bargain for F1 coverage when it's time for that to come up. They are dropping a new streaming service at some point later this year, I believe, or early next year, and they do got to do another round with the NFL, and it's coming up soon. So, gotta watch your pockets, right?
But where would baseball go though, bro? I mean, that's the thing.
Fox.
I mean, it's Fox streaming service.
You're going to see streaming services. I think you'll see streaming services get into more of the local games too. So you'll be able to, go on and watch your. I don't even know who you're a fan of, to be honest with you, but your Cubs. You'll be able to,
The Philadelphia Phillies.
What
do you mean?
You don't have two teams in one city. It's so hard to keep track of. In one geographical area. When I met you, you're a Knicks fan. I don't know what's going on.
No. Time out. Pause. Time out.
Hold on. I mean, listen. We're literally one bad quarterback decision here away from you being on the trading block for football.
He's right about that. You did say that.
I'm never leaving the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Dr. Achilles might push you out that door.
I will become the worst enemy until we get a franchise quarterback, but I'm never leaving Pittsburgh. So I'm a Philadelphia Phillies fan in baseball, a Pittsburgh Steelers fan in football. I lost interest with the Knicks. I just couldn't do it. After 46 years, I just couldn't hang with them no more.
So here's the thing, right? You as it sits right now, hard for you to watch the Philadelphia Phillies in Lima, Ohio. But if you could pay a streaming package for your team through YouTube, Netflix, boom, 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 whatever, would you do that?
I'm already doing it. I got a VPN and getabox.com.
Okay, so
you're already doing it.
You shouldn't say that on the air.
No, it's legal. Getabox.com is legal. They sell it.
For now.
Yeah. And you can get a VPN, and that's legal.
This is on YouTube. I should just put the shovel down.
It's legal.
I'm just saying. So I think you're gonna have other options. Let's put it that way. So I think that's where it's gonna go towards. I think you'll see more flex in the games and better, because you talked about the matchups and all that kind of stuff. It's hard with pitching matchups and this, that, and the other to put the correct game on. But if you have a Netflix or a YouTube or one of these streaming services that has most of the teams available in their streaming services, they can pick their best game and make it the Thursday night game of the week. Boop. So I think it's good for that reason. I think it's more flexible and more fluid than ESPN has only been doing it the way they've been doing it for the past 25 years.
You did say streaming, right? So Major League Baseball does have one national, in quotation, streaming deal. That's with Apple TV. I think that's for 80 some odd million a year. I think they do a game of the week type of deal. The thing that separates Major League Baseball from the other big three leagues is that the league doesn't own all of the streaming rights for all of the teams, so they can't package it all up and then sell it for half a billion or even $1 billion, as what you've seen with the NBA and NFL have done, time and time again. So if they ever can get their Jerry Reinsdorfs and the rest of those old guys who want to consolidate power to themselves, they can ever get them to come to the table and come to a national agreement, a more of a socialist agreement. It's going to be like this for a while for Major League Baseball. And, that's kind of sucks. My favorite team is not in the city I live, but So I got to jump through hoops to watch, and listen to them on radio, because I like to listen to radio more than watch. But it's not the best day in the world hearing that ESPN won't even be offering baseball come 2026.
Yeah.
Speaking of baseball, pitchers and catchers reported, right, G?
Yeah. They've been playing preseason games. I don't watch the Phillies play, and we might be big trash this year. I don't know right now. Yeah, we might be big trash. I don't know yet. We might be big trash. I don't watch them play already.
So, your team is in the Grapefruit League, right? The Phillies?
Yeah.
Yours as well, B-Dirt?
Yes, sir.
How's it going so far?
Don't watch it. Don't care.
You gotta pay attention to at least what's going on. So, who's gonna make the call up, stuff like that. All I know is my team hasn't been defeated yet in the Cactus League.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean stop that.
You are correct. It does not mean a hill of beans, but the Sloan Cubs are a greatest team in the world.
Man, the Phillies is playing trash right now. And that might be because we got injuries. We're resting some of our starters. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if our window has closed. I really don't know if our window. I think we had a nice little run over the last 3-4 years. We played in a couple World Series. We made it to the National League championship game. We've had Bryce Harper is our dude. He's still our dog. Colistinos. We got other dudes, man, but I just don't know. Our pitching has to improve for the Phillies to actually do something, to me. But because our division has come up, we got legitimate players like. And I want to give preference, and I got to say this about Tate Boy Fresh, man. De La Cruz is a dog, bro. De La Cruz might win the freaking MVP this year. He might. Oh, no, I'm telling you, he might win it, bro. I'm telling you, he might win it. He's a dog.
He's a dog. MVP, yeah, it's a bit of a stretch.
I'm telling you, Cincinnati got a nice squad, bro.
No, they improved in the most important area. They have a better manager now. So I'm not poo-pooing on them, but they will still assume the position that they're usually in, which is watching my back.
Oh, over the last 3 or 4 years, the Reds been in front of the Cubs in the final standings.
Check that out again. Check it again.
I'm about to fact check it.
Fact check it.
Did they finish in front of you last year?
Fact check it.
Listen, I think the Tigers did much better than I expected them to last year. Skubal is a beast. We got a couple more arms to go with them. We signed Gleyber Torres. I don't love it, but I like it. It's an upgrade. We have the most overpaid backup shortstop in baseball history.
You going too far, B-Dirt. You got a little bit too much dip on your chip. Relax there.
I think that's a solid statement.
That is not a solid statement. In fact, whether it's solid or not, it didn't need to be stated. How about that?
I just going down the roster.
Continue.
I think Riley Green, even though he made an all-star game last year, I think this is going to be a breakout season for him. I expect big things. So I think we'll see a small improvement. I can't really, we were at cusp of being a playoff team last year. I think we're going to be right there again. Maybe we get in. I don't think we're at a level where we're going to compete for a championship, but I really like, if you look where the Detroit Tigers were 4 years ago, major strides. I'm happy with it. Detroit's having a little bit of a come up. I don't know if you guys have seen.
Yeah, they are. Detroit, the Pistons are making noise after like
Pistons
a
are
decade.
In the East.
After a decade of being the laughing stock of the NBA.
Yeah, they lost it tonight, but yesterday they beat the Celtics to be within a half game of the Milwaukee Bucks. The Red Wings are fourth in the Atlantic Division, playing good hockey. I'm a little bit of a glow up there in Detroit.
Yeah, so Pay, this is why I put the sign up, bro. I fact checked you. You're absolutely correct. The Reds has been big trash since 2022. They garbage.
So you
They
just
done finished 4th or 5th. They done finished 4th or 5th in the division. 3, man, that's garbage. The only team that's worse than them is the Pirates. And the Pirates is huge trash.
Oh, speaking of those Pirates.
They finished 4th in a division when Tyrant Tate picked them to go to the World Series at the All-Star break.
Listen, this is the sign. This is the sign for the Pirates. That's big trash. Let's go, man.
I like
that. That's the Pirates.
I don't disagree. Big trash. Speaking of those Pirates, they did have the on the other side of the map of Ohtani, the most interesting player in all the majors last year, Mr. Paul Skeens. Let's do a little futures bets right here. A little surprise pay dirt. Do we think he improves on his rookie season and makes it a legitimate Cy Young push?
Yes, I think he does. But how much did the Pirates improve around him? That's the question.
Not at all.
See what I'm saying? So he can make the push, but you're putting everything off on one guy. He's a great pitcher. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this kid is a beast. But you got to, the guys are on pitch counts now. They can only do so much. They can only pitch so many innings. How many times you going to run him out there, bro? And then when you run him out there, do you have the bats to support him? Because this dude can lose a game 1-0, because he's out there handling his business. So that's because the Pirates organization, like I'm saying, they garbage. They try. And I know a lot of the Steelers done come over here and watch. Listen, the Pirates is horrible. They're horrible.
They've been horrible for a long time. And they're huge. They're really the North's what do you want to call it? Farm system. The Marlins are the South's farm system, and the Pirates are the North's farm system. So it really comes down to like that. My boy Oscar Bo Smith chiming in. Ellie De La Cruz, for those that are uninitiated. Ellie ain't winning no MVP, and the Reds made moves, but they aren't ready to compete in the Central yet. That is big, hardcore, 100% solid gold facts.
And listen, I ain't got a dog in the fight, but I bet you Tate Boy Fresh will bet some corner time off of that.
I'm trying to bait him. I'm putting the carrot out there. Come get some. What you got, B?
I want to go back to Paul Skeens. I just quick look at the stats here, right? Chris Sale wins the Cy Young last year in the National League.
Facts.
He started 29 games. He went 18-3 with a 2.38 ERA.
Cool.
Paul Skeens started 23 games, went 11-3 with a 1.96 ERA.
Ooh.
So it's not leaps and bounds improvement that he needs. You know what I mean? Does he need the team to win more games? If he pitches 6 more games, he's the way the ratio is looking now, he's going to win half of them. So he's going to win 3. Can you win a Cy Young with 14 wins?
No,
I don't think so.
No, you need at least 4 more wins to win a Cy Young.
So he needs a team to get him to 17, 18 plus wins to really have a serious conversation about it. I think the question mark is not on Paul Skeens. I think his talent and his pitching ability is there. If his health is there, I think it's up to his team if they can win enough of his games to get him over that hump.
Facts. B-Dirt, you see John Jay talking crazy to you, dog.
Yeah, so here's one of those things.
He's
He's been over there the entire past 2 shows. What I did, I gave him shine to a troll, and he's really, reveling in it. Most of what he has said has been unintelligent and misspelled, so I just haven't really paid much attention. So the one thing I will say about this, and John Jay, I'll tell you this right now. The Steelers do have 6 rings. The Bengals don't have any. The Steelers have been one of the best ran sports franchises in the world, not just the country, historically. I'm not here analyzing history, though. That's a different show. We're talking about today. And I'm good. I got the best quarterback on the planet. And I'm saying that with my chest. With my chest.
He better than Lamar and Josh Allen?
Debatable.
Right now,
I say top 3, but I don't know about better than Lamar and Josh Allen.
regardless, he's better than any options the Steelers have.
That is big. Listen, I'm a diehard Steeler fan, and that's 175% fact.
So I'm not going to waste my time talking about this trash over here. But yeah, I mean, like I really believe, even if the Bengals, the hope for the Bengals is to not botch and fumble up the front office now that the next generation's in there, because Mike Brown didn't do a great job with it.
Yeah.
So this is really kind of the proof is in the pudding. Over the next couple of years, we're going to figure out a lot about what this next regime is going to look like. But it's there for him. It's there for him. It's there for him to build a championship team.
Close up on the baseball, right? We talked about ESPN severing their ties with the Major League Baseball. And you know what? ESPN never thought about doing that with the NBA. The NBA gets a lot of shit about their ratings and, fans not wanting to watch anymore. But guess what? The money keeps flowing in to keep the TV turned on for the NBA. And let's take a break right quick. And when we come back on the other side, let's talk some about that NBA. Well, not NBA, but basketball, everyone's favorite sport. If you're watching live, stay put. You're listening, check out our ad partners, and we'll be right back. And guess what? We're back. So in the basketball world, there was some big news, and it came at a surprise, and it came around late in the day, and it was sort of, kind of like it didn't have the fanfare that you would expect for this type of news. One of the GOATs is leaving the game. Diana Taurasi announced her retirement from the game of basketball, and she has a resume that is bulletproof. I don't know I know a lot of people are new to women's basketball, but I'm gonna go ahead and read off her resume just for anybody that's unaware. She is a 3-time champion at the University of UConn, right? One of those seasons undefeated. She is a 3-time WNBA champion. She is the all-time leader in points scored in the WNBA. And that's just what she's done stateside. She's also has an impeccable world resume. She's a 3-time FIBA World Cup gold medal. She has 6 Olympic gold medals. She has 13 total gold medals. She's a 4-time USA Basketball Female Athlete of the Year, and her career record with USA Basketball is 170 wins and 11 losses. Fellas, have you ever heard a resume, genderless, that's better than that?
Not in professional men's basketball, not in professional men's football, not nowhere on the planet. She's goat cheese. Listen to what she was doing, bruh. She's the best WNBA player, and it ain't even close. In my opinion, it ain't even freaking close, dog. And they done had dogs in the WNBA. It's not close, man. She's a dog.
You agree with that, B-Dirt? I mean, goat or no?
So the pioneering days, I have a hard time.
Let's just keep it the WNBA era, because I know, just like you said, if you go back to the pioneering days,
I say yes.
It gets convoluted.
I say yes, and there's more than one reason. The stats and all those things are great. But she just had that moxie and never took a back seat and stuff. I like her killer instinct. It's kind of like people like Kobe because the Mamba mentality. She had a little bit of that kind of style and attitude towards her, and I liked it a lot. Yeah, to me, she's the GOAT in WNBA.
And ain't nobody close.
I like to try to, when I have these conversations, and regardless, you just drew that up right now. You're pretty quick, G.
The dog, she's a dog.
When I had these conversations, regardless of sports, I try to always keep it in one driving lane. resume based, right? Because if you allow yourself to get into the talent discussion, then you got to start having different conversations about eras and all this other stuff, yada yada yada. I just say resume. Who's got the best resume? Because that takes you away from the eras. Because you have to dominate your era to be in a GOAT conversation, right?
Facts.
So if your resume stands up, that answers everything. And her resume is bulletproof. Now, me as a long time WNBA fan, I would say there was probably better players, 94 feet wise, but she's unquestionably the best scorer the WNBA has ever seen. Unquestionably. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. But I think if you want to have that GOAT conversation, if you want to have a talent conversation, I would like to have some other players brought into the conversation as well. I mean,
who?
I mean, for one, again, this is a complete player. Tamika Catchings was.
She ain't better than her.
No. Let me finish. Tamika Catchings, her amateur career is on par. Is right there with her, Diana Taurasi. She's a 5-time Defensive Player of the Year in the WNBA. She's an MVP, and the only thing that you take her out of the conversation maybe is that she only won 1 title, right? So I mean, she gets lost in the sauce a little bit there. There's Maya Moore, who one of my favorite players of all time. There's Candace Parker.
Neither one of them.
I mean, but these players had effects on both sides of the floor. Diana Taurasi can leave a little desired on the defensive end. Again, I think this is a resume discussion, and her resume is unquestionable. So I will put her at number 1. But now we got to have a conversation. If she's the GOAT in WNBA, does that mean she's on the Mount Rushmore of women's basketball?
There ain't no question. She's the head dog on the Mount Rushmore.
Ooh.
And she's numero uno.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Over Cheryl Swoops. I'm telling you, put her up there. She's numero uno. Over Cheryl Swoops, over Tamika Catchings, over Maya Moore, whoever else you want to throw up there, she's numero uno. First lady up on the board.
I think you have to have a spot for your GOAT in the Mount Rushmore, but I think it's a conversation. You can have other players there, right?
But listen, it's her. I mean, like I said, if I had to go, I would go her, Cheryl Swoops, Cheryl Miller, and probably Candace Parker. That's my 4. Candace Parker, Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi, and Cheryl Miller. There's my 4. All time.
I like that 4.
I don't know if it's like part of the timing too of the popularity of the college game growing with UConn and then going into the NBA and the development of that league and seeing that grow how it has. I mean, she got me as a 27, 28-year-old restaurant manager to take the girl I was dating at the time in 2003 to the University of Dayton. Was it the Field House down there or something?
Yeah.
And watch them play Boston College. We went down. I sat there and watched them beat. I mean, I think they won by 25 or something. I mean, it was pretty handily done, but she was the reason why I went. I wanted to say I went and watched her play.
Yeah, she's a dog. She's a dog. I mean, I remember Cheryl Miller, but she never really did the WNBA thing. Cheryl Swoops came out and was like, she's the starter that kicked off the league. Candace Parker is basically Kobe Bryant. But Taurasi, man, that's the one, bro. That's the one. She's like Neo, dog. She's the one. She's the one.
I know there's a lot of Cavs fans in the chat. So the Cavs are actually beating the Boston Celtics for once this season. Congratulations.
It's over. The Cavs smacked. I think they won 124 to 116. Let me double check the score. It's over, dog. It's over. Get Boston.
Is that why Tate called off to work today so he can watch the Cavs?
No, medical call, medical clearance and call off. Medical clearance and call off. He's medical.
Thyroid Tate had a toothache.
Yeah, medical.
You should have just said yes and kept the medical on the down low. But okay,
I'm allowed to tell the medical. I just can't tell the whole detail.
I'll say Tooth Boy Fresh. We're good.
Yeah, 123,
he's getting his BBL service. Just put it like that.
No, stop. See, no, Diddy. That's it. You got to go, man. You got to go, bro. You got to go. Why you didn't even have to go there?
No, Diddy.
You got to chill.
Go ahead, man.
Fine. And speaking of fines, I've been watching all our old episodes. I'm getting the fines put together. I will have official tally in the coming weeks.
Uh-huh. Hey, Jaime Carlos talking about, G, did you dye your beard? Hell yeah, I did, Jaime. I ain't got no shame in my game, dog. Me and Just for Man is listen. Just for Man, I need a sponsorship. I need a sponsorship for Just for Man and beard, getting beards right and getting beard together because it look good, don't it? It look good, So I don't get down with the frosty. I go about 2 weeks and get it together and get it put together, and then I go on back in there and have to get it tightened back up again. So hell yeah, I do, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud that it look good.
You and Ryan Day, shoe polished chins.
Hey, that's my coach. That's my coach, and that's my squad. So yeah, it ain't shoe polish, just dye. Just for Man. Check it out. It's on the shelves. And a retail store near you. I need a sponsorship. Just for Man. I need a sponsorship.
So on another different level of basketball, college, right? They've been having conversations as well as the ever, money hungry college football side of things. Both of them are having conversations of expanding their postseason tournaments again. Gee, what are you hearing about this?
Well, I can tell you detail of both, right? But I want to start with the college football aspect of it. Okay. The Big Ten and the SEC has had meetings over the last several weeks, apart from the rest of the NCAA conferences. Okay. And what the Big Ten and SEC said, which was really started by the SEC, was that we'll separate from you guys and we'll run our own playoff. We don't need the Pac-12. We don't need the Big 12. We don't need the ACC. We don't need no independent Notre Dame. We can run a playoff with the Big Ten and the SEC and crown a true champion, right? So they went in the room, and that was their negotiating ploy. They told them, you don't have no power. The power is the SEC and the Big Ten. So now they're saying we want to guarantee 4 teams from each conference into the playoff. So the playoff people's like, oh, I don't know. And they said, well, if not, we're going to do our own. So now how they were going to delay and go from 12 and maybe go later to 16, it could be on the table as of early as next year. And they're going to guarantee that the Big Ten and the SEC gets 4 teams in regardless of the records. The top 4 teams in the Big Ten and SEC will be in the playoffs and they'll move to 16. They're sort of doing the same muscle over there with the NCAA men's tournament. Look at the rankings with the NCAA as far as college basketball this year. The whole SEC is in the top 25. That's what it seems like. Like there's 12 of them, and probably 13 or 14 of them going to make the tournament. So the muscle is in the bread, and people want to see a true champion, regardless of whatever and all whatever else. Now, do I think that the Big Ten was at the table with a couple of years ago for college football? No, but they're absolutely at the table now. With Michigan and Ohio State winning back-to-back college national championships, it's a wrap. Now with the SEC, who looks like they can't dominate in football anymore, they done flushed all their money over to NIL and basketball. So they're going to guarantee that they get a champion of 1 or 2 years in a row in the tournament for basketball. So I'm with it. I'm with expansion if you do it right, because now you become the number 2 and number 3 sports in our national media, because people want to watch the college football playoff and people want to watch the NCAA men's basketball tournament, bro.
One of the better movies from the 80s was this little known movie called Wall Street. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Yep.
It starred a not famous actor. I think his name is Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen as well. Father son combo. The best line from that movie is "Greed is good," and so I want to know at what point, B Dirt, is enough with this expansion?
Well, when when they said 8 teams, I thought it was a dumb number. I think the number's 16.
Oh,
Number 16. Play it
for the college football playoff.
Yep.
No.
And no one gets a bye. Go play.
Yeah.
But that's me. But that's where I felt. I mean, you could say greed, but they were doing it in lower divisions of football already. Just the highest division of NCAA football wasn't doing it. Was the only one not doing it. So it is. I mean, fine. It's greedy. Whatever. They're all getting paid. They're all making a lot of money on it. Now some of the players are getting the NIL deals. I still think that some of that revenue that's going into the NCAA and the colleges needs to be, broken off to the players somehow, some way. I know how much it costs for tickets. I'm cool with paying an extra $15 a ticket and letting that money going into the players' kitty, $25 ticket, whatever it might be. It's not overly absorbent to get season tickets in college football. I don't know, man. It's not to me. It's not too greedy to me to have 16-team playoff. I think I like it. I think it's weird to force your way to we're going to have 4 and 4 in. I get the argument of, all right, so we're going to play the best teams we can available. I think it's going to make the regular season better if the best teams are playing, Texas and Ohio State doing the home and home. Michigan going to Oklahoma next year. Like things like that. I think that opens up to more of those kind of games, and that's fun. That's just fun. So I don't know, man. I like this part of the greed. How much greed is too much greed? To get back to the question, there's never enough.
Yeah. Pay, I got to say this too, and a lot of folks don't know this. This is the issue or the problem where the SEC and the Big Ten is not equal. The Big Ten plays 9 conference games, and then they still schedule a dog. B-Dirt just referenced it. Michigan and Oklahoma play a home and away. Texas
last year.
Yeah, a home and away. Okay. The SEC plays 8 games. They don't even have it where the best teams play all the best teams. They duck teams. And then they play a little cupcake before they get to their rival at the end of the year. And all the SEC teams do it. So I think, to me, the leverage has moved to the Big Ten, especially by having the 2 last national champions. Because we play 9 games and we play 10, a 10th tough game. So our chances of being a 2-loss team in the playoff, it's a lot harder for us than it is for you. And they can say, well, we're better top to bottom, but that's irrelevant because in a conference, anybody can beat anybody any given day, any given time. They can win.
Reference Vandy in Alabama.
Facts.
I will say this, though. G, you kind of referenced the Big Ten relevancy over the past couple of years with Michigan, Ohio State, Indiana coming up now a little bit.
Oregon.
I'm not trying to say anything to my brother into the South. This is not demeaning in any way, shape, or form. I love the South. It's got better food. I like to visit there. It's got better weather. There's a lot going on in the South.
Yeah.
But when you start talking about you can spend bread on top of the table instead of under the table, the bread is up north.
Facts.
The bread is up north. And you can't, that's undebatable.
Yeah. Well,
that's
Texas
the reason why I think you're seeing these teams Hey, watch this. This is my payroll, 25. Now, Texas A&M,
Yeah.
those teams, bread is there. So you're going to
Facts.
see those teams get better and better and better in my mind.
Facts. Texas was $300 million spent on sports, most of it in football.
Yeah.
A&M was like $280 million. All the rest of the teams was in the freaking Big Ten.
I would be
Outside of
surprised
Notre
to
Dame,
see
they were all in the Big
SMU
Ten.
continue to take leaps and bounds.
Yeah. I'll tell you who's going to do it, though, and y'all hear me on this. I'm G. Stradamus in it. Watch how good Texas Tech is this year. Texas Tech that spent a whole lot of bread in NIL. A whole lot. I'm talking about more than Michigan, more than Ohio State, more than Notre Dame, more than Oregon. They done spent some bread, and they done went and got dogs. So Texas Tech might be the team to sneak in this year, Pay. They might be the team to sneak in because they got it. They got it over there in Lubbock. They got it.
It's an argument for Texas Tech to get in, but don't look over those Tar Heels. Let's come talk about the NFL on the other side of this break. Again, if you're watching live, stay put. If you're listening to the audio side, we appreciate you. Download, re-download, share with a friend, unsubscribe, resubscribe again. Check out our ad partners. We need that impression. And we'll be right back with another segment of football. Coming right back. We all know at this point who's a free agent, who's a free agent in the NFL, restricted or unrestricted, right? But the best part of the offseason is the surprise cap casualties. Guys, let's have a little fun. Who do you think will be a surprise cap casualty? What are you hearing? And who do you hope will be available coming in the next 4 weeks?
I got a player right off the bat. Deebo Samuel.
You think he's going to get waived instead of traded?
I think they're going to cut him. I think Deebo Samuel is going to be a cap casualty, and I think he's going to be out there on the streets. I just don't see them doing it. They've been trying to trade him, and San Francisco sort of boxed in. You know, unlike other people, I believe that the 49ers are in the Sam Darnold sweepstakes. And they already pay a lot of money for Christian McCaffrey, a lot of money for George Kittle, a lot of money to Brandon Ayuk, a lot of money to to Nicky Bosa. They're letting Greenlaw go already, I was like, are you crazy? They're letting Jadarius Ward go. And I was like, 49ers, what are you doing? So if they're going to let Ward and Greenlaw go and move some other pieces around and free some money up, I think Debo's on the block, Pay. I think Debo's on the block.
Debo or Cooper Kupp? You can only have one.
For the Steelers?
You can only have one.
I want Debo.
Younger? Because he's younger?
No, because he's more of a utility player. In our offense with Arthur Smith, he fits. You could put him at that Cordell Patterson role, which was big trash for us last year. We're going to need help at running back because we're going to draft a running back. So Debo can take some of the carries off the young rook that we're going to have in Jaylen Warren. He can play in a slot. He can do a lot of different things for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he solidifies the wide receiver room with George Pickens. And you bring in the youngsters. So, yeah, I want Debo over Cooper Kupp.
What say you, B? Who do you hope finds a pink slip in their locker and is available out there and once free agency opens?
What could be the happiest thing and just warm the cockles of my heart?
I like that word.
It's zesty.
Listen to this. Listen to this scenario. What if the Buffalo Bills cut Mitch Trubisky, and he's picked up and goes back to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, I'd be sick.
Yo!
Stop it, man.
Quarterbacks, problem solved.
Stop it, man. Stop it, bro. Stop it, man.
Do you hear what I hear, Beer? I hear Super Bowl. I hear Super Bowl.
I say hell no. I say hell no. Hell no.
What? Okay.
Hell no.
But in all honesty, Pay, I'd like you to cut Cole Kmet so we can pick him up for about $4 million. Go ahead.
I mean, it's not like we're using him, right? Well, we gotta see what Ben Johnson does with Cole Kmet, because the previous regime gave him all that money and then they forgot he was on the squad. Then throwing the ball for like 4 weeks in a row. For me, I think G hit the nail on the nail on his head. San Francisco 49ers are dangling a lot of players out there that might become available. Even Fred Warner could become available, right? That would be tremendous for my team. My team had an issue with stopping a run last year, and I drilled most of that down with our green dot being unable to get off a block to save his life. Jermaine Edmonds was a complete waste of money, in my opinion. If Fred Warner becomes available, now, we had talks about spending money and draft capital on Myles Garrett and why that would be a bad move. But if, let's say, if Fred Warner comes available, he's up there in age as well, but I would move things around. I would give him some cap. I'll give him a lot of that cap. Come on over.
I'm digging it, but I'm going to tell you, if they cut this guy, this is who the Bears need to be looking at right off the bat. If this guy gets cut and he's a casualty, what I'm going to say, the Bears need to go get him. Joey Bosa, defensive end, Los Angeles Chargers.
That is a great one.
Right now.
There's rumblings about that too.
Yeah, I don't really like that Bosa energy. It's enough Bosa. It's enough Bosa energy running around through the United States right about now. But he's a great player, no doubt about it. Well, when he's healthy.
Yeah, they got to go get him. Them and the Washington Commanders got to go get him, because you can't mess around. You can't F around and find out and let Bosa land on somebody like Philadelphia or like Kansas City. You or Buffalo. You can't let Bosa land on one of those teams, because if he does, windows is about to start closing. Teams ain't gonna have opportunity, bro. Listen, windows is gonna close. Oh God, don't let him get to Detroit. Him and Aiden Hutchinson, dog. Come on, come on, dog. What you gonna do, dog?
He ain't playing but 5 games a year.
That I understand that. But that a guy in that caliber of player. Man, Bosa's a game changer, bro. Bosa's game, especially when you have an opposite defensive end of him. If you got an opposite guy, you got Chris Jones, you got Karlaftis, you put Bosa with them, oh man, it's gonna get ugly. You put him with the Commanders, well, what they got over there to watch the Commanders, it's gonna get ugly. They got sweat already. You put in both, man. Come on, dog. All
right, I'm gonna say this, G. TJ Watt, both actually. TJ Watt, game changer. Great football player, great pass rusher, great dropping in coverage.
Yeah.
Great making things happen. He's a high IQ, high energy, great player. How many sacks do you think Joey Bosa averages a year?
Probably about 6.
8.
8.
Like, not a difference maker. His best year, 12.5, was his second year in the league. He has not had over 6.5 sacks the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm. But I think he's worth it. I think he's worth it.
It's a good piece. What are you paying?
High risk, high reward. I get that. High risk, high reward. Let me
spin it this way. Does it put him with Detroit? Put him with Detroit.
If the Bears can't get him, he stays away from the division. Full stop.
Put him in Minnesota.
No.
I just don't think he's a game maker like you're acting.
Bro, put him in Buffalo. Put him in Buffalo.
I would rather try to retread Chase Young.
No way. Chase Young is washed, dog.
I'm telling you.
I tried to tell you all that a couple of years back. You brought them up, the defending Super Bowl champions. You see this every year. I mean, this is NFL you don't stay long. It's not for long is what it stands for, right? Darius Slay, he can get cut. I mean, he's making a lot of money.
He's
Brad
not
Berry.
4 years old.
Yeah, why would you
Making
not cut
20
him?
million. Get him out.
He's still effective for somebody. Not my team. Not my team. My team is too young.
They
but
have
for
cap
somebody.
issues. Listen, they have cap issues. They can get around it, but what it would do to free up $20 million for them is huge. You got to move on from Slay.
Man, we got a super chat from Claude Bishop, man.
I'll let you read it, G.
Yeah. He said, Claude, thanks for the $10, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Oh, a 10-piece.
Yeah, he said, I was driving, and I really appreciate you guys because you guys makes my day better, except you, Big G. And G, you should be ashamed of yourself for wishing harm to Aaron Rodgers. Laugh out loud. I help all the bad things in the world happen to Aaron Rodgers and only Aaron Rodgers if he comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I promise you.
We
need a hit
appreciate
for
you
him.
not just for listening to the show, but keeping America running out there on the road. We appreciate it, my man.
He doubled down on breaking his leg. I like it.
First game. Matter of fact, preseason in Latrobe. In Latrobe, something happened. Get him out of here, bro. He better not know.
Grady Jarrett making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Possible. I mean, Atlanta wasted a lot of money last year. They got to get some of that back. Well, he might become available. Yeah, I mean, I would like that.
Yeah, you see what Tate said.
We don't have to rehash this every time we get in front of a computer. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, man, it's your show. Hey, I got one more dude.
Who else
I got one more dude. Christian Kirk. I think they're gonna slice him.
Really?
Yeah.
I tell you what, he would be a great fit for the Steelers. No BS.
Yeah, I think they're gonna slice him.
Wide receiver 1?
1A. But see, I'm the believer that they got to trade Pickens. I'm the believer that you can't bring another alpha in there, and or a young talent that can become your alpha and leave that cancer in the locker room.
You want a hot take name?
Yeah, come on, man. I was finna say it.
You only got $13 million over in Buffalo. Marlon Humphrey, $25 million freed up.
We've been dancing around this name for long enough. The actual name that can become a cap casualty that will get everybody's juices flowing, all the Adam Schefter phone ringing. Devontae Adams.
Oh, he's gone. I mean, it's already over. Devontae Adams is gone, dog. There's no way in hell the Jets is re-signing him.
Yeah, didn't he say he was going to go wherever his beloved quarterback went?
At this point, they are the worst work couple in America.
Yeah,
I don't know which one is the work husband or the work wife. It's none of my business. It's 2025. Do what you do. Love is love. But I'm about sick of them.
I wouldn't be shocked if Devontae Adams ended up with the Los Angeles Chargers. I wouldn't be shocked. I think they need a legit number one out there. I think he's still got some stuff left in the tank. He's from Fresno, so right out in the California area. So that would be like him going home. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's where Devontae Adams' destination is. I also wouldn't be shocked if he ended up with the Dallas Cowboys either.
So you've heard rumblings about the Packers shopping Jair Alexander. Does it get to the point that they cut him?
Check this out, bro.
Almost 26 mil.
I got another burner for you. I trade George Pickens to the Green Bay Packers for Alexander, and we pick swap first, and they give me their third. If the Packers give me their third, we switch picks. They go from 26 to 21. Y'all can have Pickens and give me Devontae Adams. I'd do that right now if I was the Steelers GM. I put Alexander opposite Joey Porter Jr. at my corners. I'm straight. Right now, I'm doing that. Pickett's out of here. And Pickett wants to go to the Packers. He said it publicly that he likes Green Bay and Jordan Love. So if they can pull that off and we get Jair Alexander for George Pickens and we switch picks and we go from 21 to 26, oh, he's gone, dog. He's gone. And I get their third. Yep. Running.
I just realized what it felt like to dig a fence post hole and hit oil. That was great.
You really?
Yeah, I mean, that's some pie in the sky right there, G.
Yeah, hey, listen, I can dream, can I?
You can. I mean, no, this is America. You can still dream. And they have not put a tariff on that yet.
Tate Boy Fresh got a super chat, pay.
Super chat. Tate Boy Fresh. If Russ QB trade for Cortland Sutton, if Justin, you get deep. Can you
if Russ is the quarterback, you trade for Cortland Sutton. If Justin is the quarterback, you get Debo.
I think there is a tariff on punctuation, though.
That's fine.
I understand that, but let's talk about this. You don't have the rights to either one of them. Those are both free agents.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah, Russ, and he's acting like you're going to for sure get Russ or Justin. That's not a guarantee.
When you're actually going to get Aaron Rodgers.
No, see, y'all big trash and you biased. We ain't getting none of them.
Mitch
I'm about to put both your asses in the Matrix.
Mitch Trubisky.
Listen.
QB1.
Listen, he's not going to be QB1, dog. We're going with Justin or Russie. Russie's probably option 3.
Hold on.
One of them. But I agree with Tate. I agree with Tate.
Gardner Minshew.
You know what?
Pittsburgh
I
Steelers.
need my co-host, but I'm on that trigger. I'm on that trigger. The Matrix, man. There ain't no way in hell we gonna have Mr. Trubisky or Gardner Minshew. Stop that. No, it's not gonna happen. Y'all wishing.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my God, stop it. I promise you. Listen, I'm gonna voodoo them boys. I want the Steelers to go 2-15 if they get Aaron Rodgers, bro. So that way we get Arch Manning and all this is all over with. We ain't got to worry about it no more. No, get him up out of here, bro. Get him up out of here.
Tim thinks you might get Cooper Kupp back. Or no, excuse me, KP8. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
KP8 back.
You know what, Tim? Unlike my co-hosts, they get a pass when it comes to the Matrix.
Ooh.
But you don't, dog.
When did he become lieutenant governor over there? I mean, where was that election?
Claude voted him in. Claude appointed him. Claude appointed him.
Bradley Chubb out of Miami, that's a legit cap casualty cut candidate.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that's most likely out of all the names we said.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that one.
So let me understand this. The Matrix has martial law. I mean, the Claude can just appoint Claude how he fits.
Claude is the Don Dada in the Matrix, bro. Claude makes all the shots. He makes all the calls. He
Tate rolled that out when it was just me and Tate.
Yeah. Claude said fake news. It ain't fake news, Claude. You the Don Dada over there, bro. You run that thing. You the guy over there, bro.
I'll tell you another one that's listed here. I'm looking through some names. Foster Moreau, tight end in New Orleans. The Bengals were going to try and sign him when he got diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's a good sign for the Bengals. 3-4 million. Oh, yeah. Take him.
Tim, you've already been placed over in the Matrix. I think you have your home location and you know where you're supposed to be. So we don't even have to talk about this. We don't even have to talk about it. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of guys out there, man. I think Mark Andrews could be. I think Mark Andrews could be. I think they could cut him, Pay.
Yeah, Mark Andrews. I don't know if they cut him outright, but I don't foresee him being with Baltimore next season.
Yeah, I think they cut him outright. I think
17 mil.
Yeah, saves bread, bro.
16.9, yeah.
Saves bread.
Yeah, but he dead cap, I think he still hits 5 and change or something like that. So it gets about 12 off the books, I think.
Yeah, about 12 off the books. Yeah. So I don't know, bro. Like I said, but Tim Lyons, I'm not putting you back to the Matrix, dog. You're already at your home location. You're at your home location. You have checked in for the evening.
I'm gonna make a ruling since it's now draconian and martial laws, not democracy. I'm going to do this. Tim Lyons, you're not in the Matrix. Tim Lyons, I'm giving you the Diana Taurasi Award of the night. You are the GOAT. You have won the you've won the chat. You've won the chat room for the night. Congratulations. B.
Pay, I said I wouldn't put you in the Matrix, but you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Deposit, pay into the Matrix. Go on over there, bro. Get on over there.
Man, this substitute teacher is whack.
Hey, man, I told him it was going to do me a lot to push me up in the corner, bro. I'm the sub. I'm the sub, bro. I'm not, listen, I'm not trying to start none. I'm just trying to get through my day. By 2:17, everybody's going to get up out of school. Between 2:17 and 2:30, I'm going to lay the lessons plan, leave everything on the desk, walk on out to school. I ain't doing that.
I'm going to put all the chalkboard erasers on this chair.
See, that's why you in the Matrix. That's why you in the Matrix, because you do something cruel to the substitute. The substitute didn't ask to be here. He didn't have to deal with your shenanigans. The substitute just wanted to do his job, but he got harassed. He got harassed by the students, man. That's some bull. That's some bull, man. I got harassed by the students.
B-Dirt, so the combine ending. What are you all doing on Running Through the Jungle to commemorate that momentous occasion?
We're just going to do another episode.
Oh.
We are not going to do a mock draft.
Oh, come on, give the people what they want.
We will do one mock draft eventually, sometime between now and April 22nd. We will do a mock draft, and we won't like it.
Wow, that's biased, but I understand. I get it. Run through the jungle. I get it.
Hey, listen, I want my kudos. I wasn't here last week. I did my homework. I did a mock draft.
That is facts. That is facts.
I thought it turned out pretty darn good too.
That is facts. You got a good grade. Absolutely, you got a good grade. That's facts.
And that's all at the Running Through the Jungle podcast. Anywhere you get the podcast, also available on YouTube. Running Through the Jungle.
I do want to say out loud while I have a moment. I already miss pay dirt. I already miss going through my picks every week, counting my money, looking at that count. Ching.
Get that bread going.
It's like a second income this year, man. Oh,
yeah.
I do miss gambling on football. B-Dirt, I mean not B, but G. When's your next mock draft?
It won't be until
Sunday
after the free agent period. Once the free agent period kicks off on March the 10th. But what I have done over on a Steelers Almighty, I have a big board. I've set 5 deep at every position. You can go back and check the big board show over on Steelers Almighty. It's there. So it broke down evaluations prior to the combine. That will change based on what happened in the combine. But I'm gonna keep reevaluating my board. But my next mock draft is after the free agency period kicks off.
I'm gonna put this out here right now in the universe. If you guys, Mon, Tate, whatever, if you guys want to do that big 6, 7, 8 person mock draft on the know-it-alls,
yeah,
let's get in front of this and not say, hey, we're going to do one in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't work for anybody. Like let's plan one, let the people know, and have a good time doing it.
Yeah, I'll put it in the atmosphere. I'll leave it in the chat tonight and see what they thinking. And maybe next Sunday might be the where we go, we pay, beat our, we do our thing. But pay, I'm not doing another mock draft. The know-it-alls, we will talk about the combine on the know-it-alls on Sunday. If you haven't subscribed over there already, check it out. We'll put the QR code up as we go out on the show. So the know-it-alls definitely on Sunday. And then you can check me out, like I said, on Steel Curtain Network on Pump Your Brakes on Wednesday. Me and Shannon had a good show. Tate wasn't there, but me and Shannon did a lot of evaluation concerning the Steelers. What's going on in the state of the Steelers? Are we optimistic or pessimistic? And you know you can catch us every week on the Homies and Homies Overtime podcast, right?
Awesome. And if you don't know, Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel, we are getting into our pre-draft tape. We're going to have content surrounding that. Also, is baseball season, so we got that, and finishing up with basketball. You know, the Bulls are still in postseason contention. So all content from all different angles and all different sports at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Again, available on YouTube and everywhere else you get your podcasts.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, so whenever you're ready, you tell me to go, and we up out of here, bro. It's up to you.
I hope everyone enjoyed their No Spin Friday and National Pancake Day. Until next time, peace out, everyone.
Well, holla.
Mamba out.